Have you ever been laughed at in a room where you were already fighting silent battles? Have you ever carried a dream so heavy that even your closest circle treated it like a joke? Stay with me, because today on One Quiet Motivation, we're stepping into a story that begins with humiliation, but ends in promotion so powerful it echoes through history. This is the story of Hannah. In the ancient land of Shiloh, long before platforms and applause, before titles and recognition, there lived a woman whose pain had a voice even when she did not. Her name was Hannah. She was married to Elkanah, a man who loved her deeply. But love did not silence her shame, because Hannah had no child. And in her time, barrenness was not just personal pain, it was public humiliation. Every year, the family would travel to worship, and every year, another woman in the household, Peninnah, would provoke her, mock her, remind her, "You have no son. You have no future. You have nothing to show." Imagine sitting at a table where someone feeds you food and also feeds you insecurity. Imagine smiling in public, but breaking in private. Hannah wept. She stopped eating. Her spirit sank lower each year. But here's where the story turns. One year, something changed. Instead of defending herself, instead of arguing back, instead of explaining her pain to people who enjoyed misunderstanding her, Hannah went silent. Not weak silent, strategic silent. She walked into the temple in Shiloh and poured out her heart before God. No performance, no audience, just raw prayer. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. And even the priest Eli misunderstood her. He thought she was drunk. Isn't it amazing? When you're in pain, even spiritual people can misread you. But Hannah didn't lash out. She didn't quit. She didn't let humiliation define her. She made a vow. "If you bless me with a son, I will give him back to you." Think about that. She wasn't asking for a child to prove her enemies wrong. She wasn't asking for a blessing to show off. She was asking for purpose. And then, silence. No applause. No immediate miracle. No dramatic music. Just faith. And then, quietly, powerfully, undeniably, promotion came. Hannah conceived and gave birth to a son, Samuel. Not just any son. Samuel would grow to become one of the greatest prophets in Israel's history. He would anoint kings. He would shape a nation. He would bridge an era. The woman who was mocked for having nothing became the mother of a national voice. Let that sink in. The same table where she was humiliated became the testimony people whispered about. The tears she cried in private became the promotion the world could not ignore. But here's the suspense in Hannah's story, and maybe in yours. What if your humiliation is not rejection? What if it's preparation? What if the silence you're walking through right now is the womb of something historic? Hannah's greatest victory did not begin in the delivery room. It began in the decision room. The decision to pray instead of panic. The decision to stay faithful instead of bitter. The decision to believe when nothing had changed. Promotion is often conceived in seasons that look like failure. And maybe today you feel like Hannah. Overlooked, misunderstood, provoked, delayed. But don't confuse delay with denial, because the same God who heard Hannah in Shiloh still hears quiet prayers today. The question is not whether humiliation will come. The question is, what will you do with it? Will you let it harden you? Or will you let it build you? Your Peninnah may be loud. Your season may be silent. But your promotion may already be forming. And when it arrives, it won't just silence your critics. It will redefine your story. So if this message stirred something in you, if you believe your silent season is not the end, if you're choosing faith over frustration, this is your moment. Subscribe to One Quiet Motivation. Like this video. Share it with someone who feels forgotten. Because sometimes the loudest victories begin in the quietest prayers. And your story? It might just be one prayer away from promotion.